Run! Run, J Money, run! Oh man! Dadgum. Look at that. Hey everyone, my name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today camping at Rocky Fork State Park here in East Tennessee. This is a really cool park. It's very simple. It is a parking lot and then just a ton of wilderness up in the mountains. So if you enjoy hiking, getting in the backcountry, then you'll enjoy this video. I'm going to give you a little tour of the trails and the backcountry campsite that I'm camping at tonight, and hopefully it'll spark in you a little desire to get out there and explore God's creation. So let's go. Oh, I can see a dark cloud rolling over me. Oh, it looks so gnarly. I have a feeling it's going to hit in about 10 seconds. Yep, here comes the rain. I mean, it's really pretty to look at. And there's some like pinks up there and some different colors. You know, they sang in the Bible, God speaks with thunder and lightning. His voice shakes the mountains, the foundations of the earth. I think I believe that. Oh, it's pink up in the sky. Weird. Let me show you. Look at that. Why is there a pink cloud moving through the sky? We're 6 hours away from sunset. Weird, look at that. Almost like a rainbow. Yeah, that's my clue. I'm going in the truck. Don't die, look at those trees. It's like a tornado. I'm like right on the edge of this cell. Yeah, glad I'm not hiking up a mountain in this. So yeah, it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's pretty dark out there. I have hiked in this type of stuff before. It's not fun, and I do have a rain cover for my bag. But what can you do? I mean, I think I can wait it out for the next hour or so in the truck, let it pass through, and then start hiking. Now everything's gonna be muddy, but it's better than being caught up in a tornado in this. Not to mention I want to keep an eye on the camper. Alright, it's about an hour later or so, and I have had 2 times the park rangers have come out here to talk to me. Not that I'm in trouble at all. They were fearful for my safety. And so the first time they came out and they said, hey, you know, the storm is hitting. I'm like, yeah, it's still raining. And I have Loki, my pop-up camper, back there. Well, the parking lot can maybe fit 12 cars, and I was taking up 5 of the spaces. So they asked me to kind of move over to the side, which is fine. It's no big deal to me. But when I got here, the parking lot was kind of full, so I didn't have much choice. They also said that a giant tree fell on the road coming in, and that the road was blocked. And I told them, I said, I'm just going to sit in my truck, wait it out. Hopefully the storm will pass through and everything will be okay. They came back out the second time. This was just a minute ago. He just drove off and just wanted to check on me. And they said that they're shutting down the schools because of tornadoes and thunderstorms, I guess. So that doesn't make me feel very comforted about being in a tent. But he said where the campsite is, it's kind of protected and there shouldn't be any tornadoes there. Also, I texted him my name and where I was staying, and he said that it was recommended that he shut down the park, but he's not going to, which is kind. And I told him, I said, man, I'm not doing anything weird. I'm not doing anything unsafe. I'm gonna sit in my truck, and when the storm passes through, I'll head up the mountain. He said it'll take me an hour and a half or 2 hours if I'm booking it. The storm's supposed to be out of here by 6. Sunsets at 8:30. So I'm gonna be cutting it a little close, but I think I'll be all right. So yeah, I'm just sitting here listening to an audiobook, waiting for the storm to pass. But at least in my review, I gotta give a big shout out to the 2 park rangers that are checking on me and clearing the road for me so I can get out in the morning. And they really care about my safety, and that just means a lot. And they're just doing their jobs really well. So shout out to you, those 2 guys, and thank you for what you do and checking in, make sure everything is good to go. All right, I am literally the only one here. So pro tip, if you want to be the only person in a Tennessee state park, just come during a tornado. That's all you got to do. All right, I'm heading about 2.5 hours to get to my campsite, and the rain is done. It'll drip on me for sure, but it's time to have some fun. Let's go. This water was a gentle brook right before the storm, and perfectly clear water. Now it's all brown and flash flooding. I'm almost 2 miles in to the hike, and let's see here. See that dead tree right there? This happened in the last hour or so. Well, 2 hours. The park ranger told me that all the trails were completely cleared, and to let him know if any had fallen over. This is why it's so dangerous. And this is the first time in my life I was a little hesitant to backcountry camp because I'm completely by myself. I almost always have a buddy or group with me. But this is why I didn't want to go early and go ahead and pitch my tent and camp, because widowmakers, things like this can happen and change everything in like a millisecond. It's all rotted. Either a really big dog, or that's bear poop. I made it. Let's see, 2.32 miles. Let's check it out. Got a very open underneath composting toilet. How it doesn't smell is beyond me. That's so weird. Doesn't smell at all. All right. Okay, we're up here on a ridge. You can see in every direction. So we have my camping pad right here. It is the line, the wire they put up so you can put your tarp up there. I'm bend lower so I don't catch my bag. A little grill, a little seat. We'll definitely be using this area tonight. Very cool. Set up camp. So tonight I'll be putting my food in this. This is called a bear box, and basically you can latch it shut if you want. There's also a switch that you move, and there you go. I'll be putting my stuff in there. If you're ever wondering what's the best Mountain House meals, it's by far lasagna with meat sauce. It tastes so good. It tastes just like what you would get from a restaurant. And for dessert, one sour apple blow pop that I stole from my daughters. Thank you, Maddie and Anna. This is the dad tax. Very nice. Good morning from Rocky Fork State Park. Very pretty this morning, a misty morning. It's probably about 65 right now, so felt great last night. Slept pretty well for backcountry camping. I have my tent and the tarp that goes over my tent drying out because it rained last night, even though there was a 0% chance of rain. So I'm really glad right before I went to bed, I packed up all my stuff and put it on the inside of the tent, and I'm glad that I did because I'd be miserable with all my wet gear this morning. But had some breakfast and just gonna relax, spend a few minutes in prayer. I don't have my Bible with me, I did not bring that, but yeah, just gonna pray, maybe sing a song. There's no one around, why not? And then head on back. It's about 2.5 miles back to the truck and the camper. And yeah, beautiful morning here in East Tennessee. All right, it is time to head on down the mountain. Got everything cleaned up over here where I've been eating. Got my campsite. Oh, it's hard to do backwards. There it is, all cleaned up. Big thing is when you go backcountry camping, it's called leave no trace. So any trash that you make from eating or stuff like that, you want to take back with you and throw away back when you get to your vehicle. So yeah, great morning. I will say this about Rocky Fork. There's 3 or 4 main trails, and they kind of split off from each other at different points. But 2.5 miles in, it was 90% uphill the way in and about 10% flat. So I guess that's a good thing that you get the hard part done early on, and then now it's just all downhill. It should take me any time at all to get back. So for the actual review, Natural Beauty gets a perfect 10 out of 10. You have the Smoky Mountains to yourself, so it doesn't get much better than that. Next is campsite layout. And for backcountry camping, it kind of has everything that you would want and nothing that you don't. And so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Next is activities, and this can be kind of subjective because the park is so unique, but there is a lot to do, especially if you're an outdoorsman, from hiking to fishing to horseback riding. So I'm going to give activities a solid 15 out of 20. Up next is bathrooms. They have porta potties at the parking lot, and there was an outhouse, so I'm going to give it a humble 5 out of 10. While the park is pretty easy to get to, once you get inside the park, the road is not paved and it is narrow, so it gets a 5 out of 10. Next is staff. If they cared so much for my safety, communicated well, they get a perfect 10 out of 10. Those guys are awesome. You are in the middle of nowhere, there's not much nearby, so nearby amenities gets a 2 out of 10. If you love nature, you're going to love this park. It's so unique and gets a solid 8 out of 10 for uniqueness. Finally is the cost. It's $10 a night to camp there. Everything else is free, so it gets a great 8 out of 10. You put it all together and Rocky Fork State Park gets a solid 70 out of 100. I would highly encourage you to check out this park, especially if you're a nature lover. You are going to have the time of your life and feel so isolated, and it'll give you a chance to explore God's creation. Alright, we made it back to the truck. There's one other car here. About 1.5 miles into the hike yesterday, I'd gone way uphill. I had second thoughts if I locked my truck or not. So let's see. All right. Walking up to the truck. Let's see if I remembered to lock it or not. Oh, I did lock it. Yay. Let's check the back. See if anything got stolen. Nope, all there. So the park entrance is right over there. So turn right and then come up behind this old church and you'll find the ranger station sign. It's kind of hard to find, but as soon as you get out, turn right and then look, you walk across this bridge to get there. On to the next one.